Well, I mean, it's certainly very much from Dave Clendon to me. It's more in sorrow than anger. This is not an angry position. It's more of sorrow at the way we've got to. But it is the fact that while I think we respect a great deal of what Metiria has done in the party, and no doubt has the capability to do in the future, the events of the last month or so and the positions she has taken are not the position of a leader of a Green Party going into an election, and should not be seen as representing, in certain aspects of the controversy that has arisen, the views of the Green Party, and I don't accept some of those views. And we've had a discussion going for some time. We've got to a stage where the two of us think that we cannot serve under her leadership going into it for the rest of this election campaign.
Mr. Clendon, quite an extraordinary declaration for MPs to come out. How do you feel about the leadership of Mrs. Turei?
Modern elections in this day and age are all about the leadership. We have a list, we have policies, but ultimately the leadership is what determines outcomes, I believe. Given the events of the last few weeks, the revelations, I believe Metiria's judgment has been somewhat flawed in choosing not to step down. I cannot in good conscience say that I give wholehearted support to our current leadership, which therefore in my own mind disqualifies me from being a candidate. I cannot go into an election campaign half-hearted with qualified support for one of our co-leaders, and unfortunately that's a position I'm in. I think the most honest and open decision for me is to withdraw from the campaign, again, as Kennedy has said, with considerable regret. I would dearly love to be in a Green Labour government following the election, but unfortunately it would be too big a call for me to pretend support for leadership when I no longer have confidence in our female co-leader.
At what point did you make this decision in terms of her actions or comments?
My decision point was last Friday afternoon, at the end of quite a long day of conversation with the caucus. Obviously I talked with family, friends, and just thought very hard over the weekend about did I really want to do this, because it is a significant move. But essentially it was last Friday, and my conversations over the weekend and indeed today I'm quite confident in the view. I do it with genuine regret, but I do think for my own integrity I can't proceed as if I support the leadership of the party into an election campaign.
Dr. Graham, same question to you. At which point did you see this as being untenable?
It's taken, 3 weeks or so. I initiated a conversation with the leadership, including Dave Clendon as muster of the party, the night of the AGM speech, and that has been an intensive and continuing dialogue with the leadership and, for that matter, within caucus. So it's better part of 3 weeks or more. I got to a stage where we could all agree that in the exercise of our personal conscience, we were free as individual candidates to say that we did not necessarily condone beneficiary fraud. So I thought at that stage I could proceed as a candidate. But then there have been subsequent events, as you know, in the last week or 10 days, to a point where, as Dave says, it has simply undermined the confidence in the leadership of Metiria. And so I can't continue through the election on that basis either.